Hey everyone, it's Chris here at SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. I have here a 8.5 by 24 porch trailer. This trailer comes with a extended tongue, generator platform, 50 amp electrical package, city water fill, gray waste tank, on-demand hot water heater. It's red with silver trim. Comes with a concession window and pop-up concession table, along with 2 LED lights on each side. It is sitting on top of 2 7,000-pound axles. The back porch, I believe, is 12 feet with D-rings and railing. Removable back guard rail. It also comes with 2 additional outlets on the back and 4 LED lights on the roof. It does have 2 back LED lights as well. It does have a set of roller wheels on the back. On the inside, we have a 3-tier dishwashing sink and a small hand washing station. The V-nose has additional shelving on top with an outlet to your left. These are your controls for your on-demand hot water heater. This customer has requested not to have the propane hookup. If you do wish to have propane hookup, we can do that here along with fire suppression. You do have cabinets underneath your sink with locking. This will allow you access to your plumbing from inside the trailer. Your concession window, 2 pane on each side. You have 3 outlets on that wall, along with 4 outlets on this wall. Your light switches for everything are to the right as you walk in. I put my plug tester in. 2 lights indicates that there's a good circuit. This light switch goes to the lights outside. All good there. Your switch for your water pump is right here as you enter in the door. If you're operating the trailer, just leave it on. If you're not running water, it just turns itself off. If you're going to be done with the trailer, go ahead and shut it off. Show you the water. Usually I test the hot water, but since there's no gas for the water heater, it's just going to come out cold. I'm going to show you real quick how to hook up your power and put water in your freshwater tank. You come up here to the front, you're going to see your 50 amp electrical package plug right here. Before plugging in your power cable, you want to make sure that the power is off to the generator or your breaker system. Once you've ensured that the power is off, you then can come over here, plug in and turn to the right. That should lock the cord in. If your cord comes with a collar, go ahead and tighten up the collar and then turn the generator or breaker system on. When you're done and you're ready to close up, again, turn off the system, either breaker or generator. Once you've made sure it's off, you can then come over here, push in, twist to the left, and pull out. And then you can store the cable up here in the V-nose. Up here in the V-nose, you have your electrical panel, your inverter, your 12-volt battery, along with your fuse panel right there. Moving over here, you have your freshwater tank right there. your hot water heater box, and your water pump. Coming down here, you're going to see a series of 3 different knobs. This is for draining your tank, and in the winter time you need to make sure you're weatherizing this. So if the temperatures are going to be below 32, you definitely need to get all the water out of the system, or as much as possible. The way you do that is you turn this knob right here on. This should always be on, in line with the system. This knob right here runs to a drain that runs to the bottom of the trailer. You're going to turn this on right here, in line with the system, and you're going to hear water pouring out. Once you've drained your system, you're going to turn this knob off, and grab you an air compressor. Your air compressor needs to be set below 30 psi. Once you've done that, go inside your trailer, open up both the hot and cold faucets, come back out here and hook your air compressor up to this air nozzle right here, and then use this valve right here as a pressure regulator. So you'll open it up slowly, pushing air through the system, all the way up through your hot water heater, all the way up to your faucets, forcing air out of your sink faucets. You want to keep doing that, or run that until it seems like there's no more water coming out. Usually I like to do about 2 cycles of my compressor, and that's what I'll do when I'm done here. But you want to make sure you're doing this. You want to weatherize it so none of your systems crack or break. These trailers are insulated, but they're not so well insulated that this stuff isn't susceptible to freezing. So please make sure you're weatherizing your vehicle to protect your sink systems. Also, a part of the weatherization, you need to come over here to your on-demand hot water heater. You're going to see a little valve right here. You're going to pull this valve, flush all the water out of the system. Right now the water pump's on. I need to turn it off. Make sure the water pump's off. Once you've flushed your systems, you should be good. To fill your water systems, you're going to open this box right here on the side. If you just want to fill the tank and have take your water with you, you'll pop this cap off, drop your water hose in there, fill it up that way. If you're at an event that has city water that you can plumb into, you'll pop this cap off, thread a food grade hose into this fitting right here. It's a normal water hose fitting. Plumb it in there and you'll have direct pressure. We're gonna move over to the gray water dump right here. This gray water dump is 3-inch right here. This is a 1-inch food grade, or a water hose will fit on the end of this. A 3-inch hose from any RV store or camping supply store will get you what you need. You're gonna pop that cap off like that. You're just gonna see a lever right here. You pull that lever like that, and that's going to empty your gray water tank. Once you're done, push the lever in, put your cap back on, you're good to go. You have 2 7,000-pound axles. Depending on how much you're going to be driving or pulling this trailer, you want to check these axles every 3 months. You'll have to take the tires off in order to get to that cap right there behind it. But you'll take the tires off, check the grease inside the bearings, and make sure everything's all right. If you have any questions or concerns, my name is Chris up here at SLE Equipment in Nashville, Tennessee.